I think we're privileged to be able to come now at a point in our lives where we can do more to help.
There's a real sort of pressure point on what's happening to our environment globally. Climate change is making huge impacts on hunger and starvation. People can't live if the temperature rises. We're at a pivotal point where actually we can change that by, the awareness that we create. In time for us to prevent future generations from suffering.
Our mission is a world without extreme poverty by 2030. 2/3 of those living in extreme poverty in rural areas are smallholder farmers. If we invest in farmers, we're not only investing in their ability to put food on the table, but we're investing in their ability to increase yields, provide jobs, boost their incomes and lift them and their communities out of extreme poverty.
Africa is expanding and the population is going to double. So that little girl that's standing right there is going to be a grown woman, and her children will suffer unless we teach her how to cultivate.
By 2050, Africa's population will go up from currently 1 billion to 2.4 billion in 2050, of which more than half will be young people.
This is some sort of dynamite waiting to go off. It is not properly managed, like agriculture and other industries, so that these people could have the means to earn their own living. And it's not only in Sierra Leone. This is quite reflective of all of Africa.
Just getting a deeper understanding of how agriculture affects a community, a family. It goes from garden planting, which is, planting food for yourself to eat for your family, to agriculture. One of the ladies, Khadija Kamara, was just saying that she's very thankful because, from the time that IFAD came here to teach them, she can afford more. She can afford to give her kids schooling. She can afford to eat.
And also put things into perspective. I mean, it's been 2 years that IFAD's been helping Khadija. That's not a long time to make such a big change for her. It just goes to show what you can do, in the next 5, 10 years.
Yeah. And so that's a direct impact, IFAD's direct impact is literally just displayed to us. For us, maybe just sort of amplified why we're here, Exactly.
I feel that there was a very good connection between their interests and IFAD's priority areas, particularly that of rural poverty reduction and improved food security. And particularly, I feel that they had a strong understanding of the untapped potential of empowering women and girls to have them have a more prominent say in decision-making in the families, in the communities.
I tell me company woman them for say, this house married their old depa. Law not just depend on the married, but if for do business, if for work small.
Agriculture is the mainstay, of Sierra Leone. 60–70% of the population were involved in agricultural activities, and we depend on agriculture for income, for employment, and for overall development of our country.
You can see nature in our country, you see green everywhere. So if you go into agriculture, of course, you get a lot. The agriculturist fills the whole world. During Ebola, I was able to bring in 9 Ebola orphans.
I feel it was very strong to hear about the farmer that has been accessing funds from the rural financial institutions and how he's been able to grow his vegetable garden and how that has been really a livelihood for his kids, and also the orphans that he took in from the Ebola crisis and has been able to support through that. This is a network of rural finance services and also one of the only services that were really working during the Ebola crisis in 2014-2015.
The scars of the Ebola and the war, most of these people are farmers. They are into agriculture. There is no other means.
Ebola time, very difficult for we, so the life been tranga for we. Tranga Ebola time.
Sierra Leone. My dad's from here. He's from like, you know, a village like probably 10 miles from here. It's just a really, you know, special time to be here. So it's been emotional. It's been educational. I've come with a couple of purposes. One is to sort of understand what my country's going through and how I can help. And two, to just set my roots back here, you know.
We want to do everything we can to help organizations like IFAD and who are coming in and who really care and whose goals are to legitimately end poverty, because we can do it.
One of the most impactful things we can do if we want to see the end of extreme poverty is support smallhold farmers. If we can't support smallhold farmers, we won't achieve the mission to end extreme poverty by 2030.
One of the things that I'll take home with me is the faces. It's not so much the facts. I mean, we hear the facts all the time, but you don't forget the faces.
To world leaders, I would say you're a leader. The whole world looks towards our leaders. To African leaders, I would say, let's step it up. That's my message. That's what I would say. It's like, step it up.